Today, President Obama announced he's sending Marines to Australia to keep an eye on China's military. So then why do we keep giving China hundreds of millions of dollars in foreign aid? Joining me now is Bill Johnson, who wants that money to stay in America. Sir, I'm reading the numbers. We've given China $273 million over the last decade. Plus, we gave China, this one really kind of hits me right in the head here, $4 million for green initiatives. China's kicking our butts in the green initiative. We need to help them do that more?
Not in my opinion. You know, China's going to use this money to fuel their manufacturing sector because obviously China's main concern is staying on top of the world's manufacturing and production list. They're not going to comply with greenhouse gas emission standards or any kind of cap and trade compliance that we try to push on them.
So what do you think? Why are we giving them money?
Well, we asked those exact questions yesterday when we had a USAID representative testify before Foreign Affairs, and I didn't get good answers to those questions. They try to tell us that this money is being given to China to, one, force China into compliance. And like I just said, China is not going to comply with something they don't believe in. If they believed in compliance, they'd be using their own money to comply.
So can I ask you, can I stop you? Comply with what?
Comply with emission standards, with carbon standards.
Right. Wait, just help me out here. I don't mean to be cutting you off. So USAID says we should send $4 million to China to ask them, to pay them to comply with something that they've clearly said they're not going to comply with, even under the Kyoto Protocol. They said flatly, we're not part of this. We're going to emit whatever we want to emit. But we're going to still send them money to ask them to do it.
That's exactly right. And the second reason that they say that we're giving them that money is because it'll create opportunities for American manufacturers to sell products to those companies that benefit in China from the money that we're giving them. But we already know, because the U.S. Trade Representative has filed a complaint, illegal subsidy complaint with the World Trade Organization. Those companies and products are highly subsidized. There's no way that American companies with those kinds of subsidies from China are going to be able to compete there. It's just a ruse.
Representative, stay on this emissions thing for a minute here. Give me a number off the top of your head what you think it would cost China to comply with Kyoto.
I have absolutely no idea, but I do know this.
Can I throw something out there? I'll bet you the number's in the trillions. In the trillions to comply if they're going to set the same standard that they want to set for U.S., this whole cap and trade issue. If they applied that same standard to China the way they pollute, it would be in the trillions. So us, the USAID or whoever we are, sending $4 million to China, they must be laughing at us, sir.
They've got to be laughing at us because they loan us money. We pay interest on that money, and yet we go back and give them aid at no benefit to the American taxpayers. You know, we should be focused on creating jobs here in America. We could do that by increasing our own domestic energy production and balancing the federal budget. That's what the American people have asked us to do.
Yes, sir. Congressman Bill Johnson, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.